What's going on, guys? So today we're going to talk about Access Metaverse. Mobile publisher games are actually catching up to the trend of getting into play to earn games. So we had Thetan Arena that was the first to actually dive into the play to earn aspect, and now we have Azur Games who's actually getting into with their game called Access. So this time they're going to call it the Access Metaverse, mainly because they have different land types that will be available once once they start expanding the game. So we can see it here. So they call this different kingdoms. So they have 7 different kingdoms right now. So they have Valorant, Lorotan, Carnage, Forest, Magic Forest, Black Mist Lands, Void Maelstrom, Machinarium. So right now we already have one, which is the Valorant, which is going to be the first one that they're going to release. Then expect other expansions to pop up moving forward. So there's no timeline yet for these ones, for the other ones, but right now what we're sure of is the Valorant will be the first one upon release of the game. So this is the metaverse that they're talking about when they're planning to expand their game. Now in terms of gameplay, they're focusing on Battle Royale, the PvE dungeons, and other modes. So Battle Royale, so they have a quick trailer here that you can see. It's only 15 seconds, so we can view it. So you have different players playing and fighting and trying to become the top player in the game. So this is no different from what Thetan Arena is, but in this case it's just completely Battle Royale. So PvE dungeon, so I think this is going to be the mining part of the game. So you'll see that there's going to be dungeon visits, but that's all we can see here right now, so I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work. So they say this is the passive part of the game, so I'm assuming that you're just going to set and forget. Then once the mining is done, then you could probably check back again. So other game modes they're looking into, so we had like Battle Royale, so I'm assuming there'll be PvP modes as well, so we'll see once they have it moving forward. So the play to earn aspects, they have 4 options here. So one is the season token rewards, so complete in different game modes, climb to the top of the leaderboard. So again, if you're a fan of trying to get into high ranked positions, then this is something you might want to get into. Then NFT farm, so this is probably more of my forte. This is what I would prefer to do. So they will require you to send a team of up to 5 NFT heroes to the darkest dungeons and earn daily rewards. So it's up to 5, so not necessarily 5 that they require, but I would assume that having 5 would maximize the potential earnings when you're doing the farming. Then of course you will have the marketplace to trade your NFTs, then DeFi instruments where you can actually lend your characters to other players, and you can also stake the access tokens to get rewards and so on. So this is good. So they have the scholarship, open close quotation aspect available for the game once launched. Now the roadmap. So right now they're already here in December, so they're looking into getting the game asset offering done. So right now they're already doing the whitelist. So they have actually 6 stages that they're doing for the whitelist. So right now they've just completed the stage 3. So stage 4 I'm sure will come in maybe in a few days from now. So I would suggest to join the Discord, get the latest updates so you can keep track if you want to get into the game. Then that's the only way for you to be able to get the information and try to join in the whitelist. Now I think if I remember correctly, one of those chests that you're going to be purchasing might be costing around $250, but again, let's not cast that in stone because things might change once they do the actual game asset offering. So launch of marketplace would probably come in after the offering is done. Then on January they will have the launch of testnet version for their partners, design P2E modes, dungeon, auto battler, conquest, and I guess other game asset offering items. So I'm not exactly sure what the items are for, probably to equip your heroes with better gears and such. So I would say that's the part of it. Now in February, so they'll have the IDO, then community testing, game mechanics and P2E economy optimization, reveal NFT heroes and items. So I guess once you purchase the hero chest in December and the item chest in January, so we can't open them until Feb, so upon launch of the games. But since they mentioned it's community test, so I'm assuming this is going to be just a beta test. So we don't know if this is going to be part of where the play to earn aspect will come in, or if this is just going to be the testing portion where they'll see if the economics of the game will actually work. And now for the team. So the good thing, as I mentioned earlier, is that this is a known publisher. So you can actually visit their website. You can click their name here, and you can visit their website and see what games they've actually made to date. So I think the more popular one would probably be Modern Strike, but I've never played it. I actually don't know any of the games that they have here, so you can look into it. So the best one or the most downloads that they had is Stackball, then Wormstone, then Bottle Drop. Then here they have Modern Strike, Hitmaster, Do Not Fall, Ida One, and so on. So there's a lot of games here you can look into. If you're interested to try them out, you can just feel free to get into them and play them in Google Play Store. So Access is also here. Again, you can try it and see for yourself. And yeah, so if you like the game, then definitely this is something you might be looking forward to. So in terms of who they are, you can actually see the CEO. So this is their team for Azur Games. Then I think the CEO is somewhere down here. Yep, so here it is. The founder is Dmitry Yaminski. So at least right now if we're gonna tick the boxes right now, right? So the first thing I can say is that the team is fully doxed, backed by their company, who is actually an existing publishing company. So we don't have to worry about that. So the only thing maybe I'm really concerned right now is that their experience is more on creating games, but they don't have experience in terms of the economics of tokenomics, right? So that's a completely different thing. If you're gonna manage an economy in game, and you're going to reward players with tokens, then that's something that they really need to have someone who is an expert on to work on that. Alright, so for the teams, we're good. So the other tick box that we're looking at is the game. So the game itself is already pre-made, so there's nothing really to worry about the game. We already know that it's really working well, and you can just actually play it right now. So it's basically just a migration of the game into the blockchain. So other than that, that box is fully ticked on my end. Then the next item would be community. So right now, I haven't really checked the Telegram channel, so we can probably try to look into that. Let's see how many people they have in Telegram. So they have 5,000. It's pretty small actually. So I think the community wise is not that big yet. Then if we go to Discord, the Access Metaverse group is still at 13,000. It's fairly decent in terms of Discord, but I would want to see this grow a bit more. But then again, it's still early, so we can probably wait a bit more. Probably once December rolls on and up until January, I would assume the community for Access would probably grow even more. And I guess that's it for Access. So exciting times, we're having publishers getting into NFT, getting into play to earn games. So hopefully moving forward, we'll see more, right? I mean, there are, already established developers right now that are working on games, right? I mean, Gala Games would probably be the most popular one. Then we also have Animoca Games, Blowfish Studios that are also working on decent games that are hopefully coming out soon. And we also have the people from Phantom Galaxy. We also have the people from Big Time. So right now, I mean, in terms of the gaming industry in NFT, is that we're still early, and this is actually the only starting point where certain publishers are recognizing the potential of NFT gaming. Now, again, the only challenge they really have to face right now is how to manage the economy of a game, because that's not something they're going to be worried about when they have their game released in, without play to earn aspects, right? So they don't need to worry about whatever they need to give to the players. But now, if they're going to transfer to the blockchain and add tokens in game where people can actually earn, then that's something that they really need to look into. So again, at the end of the day, as consumers, as players, people who actually put in money to play the game, then it is a good reminder to us that no matter how established the developers are, no matter how good the developers are, we still need to make sure that whatever you spend is something that you're okay to spend, because chances are you might never recover that. So that is a very big learning for me. It was very difficult, but it just happened, and I'm gonna be, I have to be a bit more careful moving forward. But for you guys as well, I mean, it's something that we really need to be careful of. We know how the crypto world works, right? There's a lot of scams, a lot of rug pulls, and some even super legit, but it's just that their game is not performing. So no matter what we do, there is a risk, right? So at the end of the day, my guideline right now is to make sure that I ROI first, then I can start, you know, taking risks for that game. But at least at the end of the day, the money that I'm going to be using is something that I'm already earning extra from the game, rather than, you know, playing my own money and start worrying that the game might collapse in the next week or so. Alright, with that guys, thank you for watching the video. So hope you learned something new today, and yeah, so hope to see you again in future videos. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy my videos, and let me know if you have some suggestions or any other games that you feel like that's worth getting into. Then I'll try and look into it. So with that guys, thank you for watching the video. Stay safe, people.